Hi, I'm Allie Cole, and I'm with Staffing and Recruiting Solutions magazine, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with Kevin Kowal. And for the last 27 years, Kevin has worked in the temporary and executive recruiting fields. He started the Coastal Group in 2002 in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Kevin is certified temporary staffing specialist. Additionally, he is certified as an Omega facilitator, staffing conversation facilitator, and a Berkman signature consultant. Kevin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great today. How are you? Thanks, Allie.
So I would like to kick off this interview by asking, how exactly did you get into the staffing industry?
It was crazy. I had a friend who owned a day labor staffing company, and I sold my last restaurant and didn't know exactly what I was going to do, but I knew I did not want to be in food service anymore. And he had an opportunity for me to come on board. So I started as a dispatcher recruiter in a day labor staffing company, and then 2 years later got involved with a full service staffing company. That was back in 1992.
So do you still service those industries today, or what services are you providing?
We provide a little bit insofar. Well, actually, down in my Savannah office, we do quite a bit of work in light industrial. In Hilton Head, there isn't really a light industrial arena, so we do a lot of hospitality, golf course maintenance, banquet servers. We do a lot with the local business community as far as doing their clerical and administrative staffing and professional placement services down here. We also have a new division. I say new, we started it probably 6 years ago. It's coastal medical staffing. And so in and of itself, it does exactly what it sounds like. It does nurses, CNAs, RNs, even doctors. We do direct placements for doctors.
Very interesting. So how many offices do you have in total with all of that?
Currently, we have 2 offices. We work here out of Hilton Head and service all the way up to Charleston. And we have an office in Savannah, and we get down to about Brunswick, Georgia.
Okay, very interesting. So what do you feel like has changed the most since 2002 when you started your business?
Since I started my business, well, my area has just blown up as far as new people moving in and new opportunities. Bluffton in 2002 was incorporated. Bluffton, South Carolina, was 1 square mile. That's the city right next to Hilton Head. Now it's probably spread out over 30 square mile footprint. So with that, we have growth, and you have a lot of side supporting businesses that go along with it that have just shot up and need staff. Staffing's changed here as well, because back in 2002, Hilton Head was the only game in town in this area. So people came from all over to work on projects and work in businesses that were on Hilton Head Island. And now with Bluffton so dense and so big, they have choices closer to home. So it's more difficult. We probably have an unemployment rate at this point of less than 0.9% on Hilton Head Island. Wow. So it's really difficult finding people to work over there.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what do you think the 3 biggest benefits you get from TempNet are?
Oh, by far, the biggest benefit that we get from TempNet is the information that we share between non-competing companies. The fact that I can go to a meeting or actually pull up my email and go onto the listserv for the owners and present a question or a problem that I'm going through and get immediate feedback is priceless. On top of it, going to the conferences. I just had my sales meeting this morning with my recruiters and my salespeople, and what we've been doing is breaking down different topics that were discussed at the last TempNet meeting in March. And Roy was there with me, so we've been presenting things from the manager side and from the owner side to the staff, just a little bit at a time, tripping it out there so that we don't overwhelm everybody, but looking at what we want to change, what we think that we're doing that's aligned with what TempNet does. So those are some really big things that I think are good benefits from TempNet.
Just having that open communication, people doing similar things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. People that are in the trenches just like we are. Mm-hmm. And, the information that we share is priceless. I can't get the feedback that I would get from a board of directors mm-hmm. as much as I get from the owners that understand this business and the managers that understand this business.
Very interesting. And then I have 5 questions that just dig a little bit deeper into your personal experiences in the business world.
Sure.
The first is, do you have a favorite business book?
Good to Great by Jim Collins is a really good book. I think it lends itself really well to the staffing industry because it's all about getting the right person on the bus and how to develop a group so that your team can, you get the right people there and then getting them into the right seats and identifying that. I think that's very important. On top of it, you have to go back to Dale Carnegie. The very first business book I think that was written is, in order to be a true consultant, then we have to be present for our clients. We have to show genuine interest and listen when they're talking and ask the right questions and realize that they don't care what we feel. It's all about what they need, and being able to give them what they need is the paramount position for anyone in business, whether they know it or not.
And then, do you have a favorite mentor or teacher that you look up to?
I love Simon Sinek's TED Talk, and I would refer back to TED Talks in themselves. I call it the University of the Front Seat. I'll put on the TED Talk app on my iPhone and just plug it into my speakers as I'm driving so I can hear what different people have to say. But Simon Sinek, with his specific theory of people don't do it for the what, but they do it for the why, really resonates well with me. And
that was the Golden Circle, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
It's really good. And so I would say that, as a mentor or trainer, he doesn't know me, so that's not really, it doesn't work that way. I've had some great mentors here locally and as well as, in other areas down here. When we first opened the business, I went to my local chamber and had people from SCORE come over and help me set things up. And, I actually had a good relationship with a gentleman from Hilton Head Island that used to own manufacturing plants. That was a good person for me his name was John, and he was a good person for me to bounce ideas off of and thoughts off of. But right now I utilize a lot of my TempNet buddies for the same things now.
Well, thank you for that input. And then, do you have a favorite vendor, going back to TempNet, or maybe they're not affiliated with TempNet, that's really impacted your company?
There's so many people, that are in TempNet. It's almost a sin to try to pick out one.
A little bit of a loaded question there, I know.
A little bit. But going back to it, I utilize Advanced Payroll. Advance has been really good to me through the years, and I've been able to work a model that I can utilize their services and charge correctly to my clients so that it's not, with them, I'm able to grow at 100 miles an hour without having to go to a bank and re-explain to a new bank officer to get an extension in my line of credit. There's a lot of people in TempNet that I use as vendors that have been good for me. Your father was excellent when I used your services for collection. And the let's see, just going to, we've used TempNet members for everything from building websites to, getting drug tests and so on and so forth. It's all it all adds up. Every one of them is a tool in our toolkit, and it adds up that we have those opportunities available to us.
Very interesting. And then the last thing I want to finish with is, what would you give yourself advice for when you were 25? So if you could go back in time and tell yourself one little nugget of information, what would that be?
Buy Amazon.
All the stocks in Amazon, right?
Buy iPhone, or buy Apple rather, or buy Amazon, or buy somebody that's like, if I had that opportunity, absolutely. But as far as staffing, and what I would tell 25-year-old Kevin that was coming into this business is, trust your gut. Your first feeling and your first decision on something is usually pointing you in the right way. Just keep doing the next right thing, and handle what's in front of you, and things will take care of themselves. Don't worry about the big things, because worrying about it doesn't fix it. Just do what you can do and watch it get taken care of.
Well, I think that's very insightful, and definitely something a lot of us could use.
There you go. Thanks, Allie.
Thank you so much for your time. I truly did enjoy it.
Me too. Thank you very much for this opportunity.